Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play in the description below. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Pretty busy slate as we close the weekend out here. 15 matchups, starting with the Oakland Athletics versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Oakland plus 145 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for Oakland is Cole Irvin with an ERA of 3.0. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Guardians is Cal Quantrill with an ERA of 3.56. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Oakland beating Cleveland yesterday 10-5. That was their first win in a while. They're 1-9 in their last 10. Pretty even pitching matchup, honestly. Kind of a tough matchup to pick, honestly. Oakland, they're 9-2 on the road against Cleveland, surprisingly. Not in love with this matchup here. To lay minus 175 on Cleveland, man, I'm just not in love with that line. It seems too high to me. I'm going to take a shot with Oakland plus 1.5 on the road, coming off a win yesterday. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 210. Arizona plus 170 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for Arizona is Kyle Nelson with an ERA of 2.04. Hasn't really pitched much this season here. So looks like he's getting his first real start for Arizona. Phillies pitching is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 4.42. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, Phillies won the last 2 matchups 4-0 and then 7-5. They're on a 9-game winning streak right now, playing great baseball. Arizona 0-5 on the road against Philadelphia. Philadelphia 6-0 at home right now on a huge winning streak, playing great baseball. I'm riding the streak, rolling with Phillies at home. Been riding the streak during this winning streak, and yeah, if you've been riding them, especially during the Angel series and the Brewers, you've made a lot of money here, rolling with the Phillies at home. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at minus 235. The Cubs plus 190 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Cubs is Keegan Thompson with an ERA of 3.17. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Yankees is Jameson Taillon with an ERA of 2.73. His last start, he pitched he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, and had 1 strikeout. I'm sorry, that is not his stats. That was Thompson's. Taillon pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Yankees beating the Cubs yesterday 8-0 on a 2-game winning streak against the Cubs. 9-1 in their last 10. Cubs on a 5-game losing streak right now. 0-6 against the Yankees. They just haven't been able to beat the Yankees. 1-6 on the road. Not a good road team. Yeah, love the Yankees at home. They've just looked really good against the Cubs so far. Cubs struggling. Rolling with the Yankees at home. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Washington Nationals. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 125. The Nationals plus 105 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Brewers is Jason Alexander with an ERA of 2.25. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run and had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Nationals is Paolo Espino with an ERA of 2.02. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Brewers playing horrible right now on a 2-game losing streak against Washington. On an 8-game losing streak right now. They are just not getting it done here. Man, I thought they'd be due for a win, especially against the Nationals, and they just haven't been able to get it to go. Yeah, Brewers are very risky today. I'm going to take Nationals plus 1.5 at home. Played better. Milwaukee, I know they're due for a win, but you can only hope for a win for so long before they hurt you. And yeah, Milwaukee's been killing a lot of people's parlays, so I'm going to stay away from them for a little bit. I'm going to take the Nationals plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 255. Pittsburgh plus 205 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Pirates is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 2.85. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Braves is Kyle Wright with an ERA of 2.39. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Pittsburgh on a 5-game losing streak. A 3-game losing streak against Atlanta. Atlanta's looked really good, winning 10-4 yesterday. Atlanta on a huge winning streak, 10-0 in their last 10 games right now. Got a huge win streak going on. And yeah, I like the Braves at home. Pittsburgh just hasn't been able to get it done against Atlanta in this series. Gonna roll with Atlanta at home. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Detroit Tigers. Toronto opening up as road favorites at minus 145. Detroit plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Toronto is Ross Stripling with an ERA of 3.65. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Tigers is Tariq Skubal with an ERA of 2.06. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 9 strikeouts. Toronto losing to Detroit yesterday 3-1. Yeah, just a poor performance from Toronto yesterday. They're 8-2 on the road right now, and pretty even pitching matchup. Stripling coming off a 0-run performance. I'm going to lean with the Blue Jays on the road. Coming off a loss, I like them to bounce back here. Rolling with Toronto on the road. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Baltimore plus 110 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Orioles is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 6.23. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Brad Keller with an ERA of 4.19. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Baltimore beating Kansas City yesterday 6-4. Been a back and forth kind of series here. Both teams been able to get some wins. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers are giving up a lot of runs here. Not in love with this matchup, to be honest here. But I'm going to take a shot with the Orioles plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Miami Marlins versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 230. Miami plus 190 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Marlins is Edward Cabrera with an ERA of 0.75. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 2.13. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 12 strikeouts. Miami on a 2-game winning streak against Houston right now. On a 5-game winning streak in general. Yeah, Houston, they've been big favorites and they've just let down this series for sure. Miami 6-0 on the road against Houston. Yeah, Miami getting big plus money. I know Justin Verlander's been really good on the mound, but Marlins, they look good in this series. Edward Cabrera's been very good in his 2 starts so far this season, only giving up 1 run. I'm going to take Marlins plus 1.5 on the road. Houston, just big favorites. They've just killed your parlays. As we close out this week, I just don't know if I trust them in my parlays today. I'm going to take the Marlins plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Minnesota Twins. Tampa Bay opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Minnesota plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Rays is Jeffrey Springs with an ERA of 1.62. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Twins is Cole Sands with an ERA of 8.49. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Tampa on a 2-game losing streak against Minnesota right now. Minnesota has looked really good in this series so far. But yeah, Cole Sands has only pitched twice this season, giving up 4 runs in both of those starts. Jeffrey Springs has been good on the mound for the Rays. I'm liking the Rays on the road here. I think they bounce back, coming off some losses against the Twins. Good pitching matchup for them. I'm gonna take the Rays on the road. Next matchup, we have the Texas Rangers versus Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 175. The Rangers plus 145 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray with an ERA of 5.28. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech, which is an ERA of 1.94. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Yeah, Texas winning yesterday 11-9. Pretty high scoring affair yesterday. Texas, they are just 2-7 against the White Sox, 1-5 on the road against the White Sox. So still struggle with playing Chicago here. And Gray's given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts. Not really in love with that. Kopech coming off a 0-run game in his last start. I like the White Sox here. Good pitching matchup for them. Going to roll with Chicago at home. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 180. Cincinnati plus 160 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA of 1.14. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cardinals is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 2.76. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, Cincinnati on a 4-game losing streak, losing the last 2 games to St. Louis 5-4 and then 2-0. St. Louis 5-0 at home right now. Cincinnati 1-6 against St. Louis, so they struggled against the Reds or against the Cardinals here. Yeah, I like the Cardinals at home. Looked pretty solid in this series so far. Cincinnati on a 4-game losing streak. I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the San Francisco Giants. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 130. The Giants plus 120 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 2.78. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Giants is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 3.51. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, the Dodgers have lost the last 2 games against the Giants. Giants played pretty well, held the Dodgers to just 2 runs in both those games. San Francisco 5-2 at home. Pretty even pitching matchup here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Giants plus 1.5 at home. They've looked good in the last 2 games. So yeah, we're going to roll with the home team plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Colorado Rockies versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 195. The Rockies plus 160 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Rockies is German Marquez with an ERA of 6.49. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 5.68. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Colorado beating the Padres yesterday 6-2 in their doubleheader in Game 2. Lost Game 1 2-1. Colorado 5-12 on the road where they do struggle. Marquez just he's given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. Not in love with that at all here. I like the Padres at home. I just don't trust Marquez on the mound. I'm going to roll with the Padres at home. Next matchup, we have the New York Mets versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 120. The Mets plus 100 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Mets is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 3.28. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 2.81. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Yeah, the Angels beating the Mets 11-6 yesterday. And it was just one of those games, Angels were due to get some wins, and they finally got it. Getting Mets up plus money today, man, that's very intriguing. Considering how bad this Angels team is, even though they won yesterday, I mean, they've been horrible. I'm gonna take a shot with Mets plus 1.5 on the road. Getting them as the underdog seems pretty solid to me. So we're gonna take Mets plus 1.5. All right, and then the last matchup, we have the Boston Red Sox versus the Seattle Mariners. Now, this is the only game I can't find a line on currently, so it's unfortunate. I'm sure it'll come out after I post, which I'm sure it always does. But the only thing I have on this match is pitching for Seattle is Robbie Ray with an ERA of 4.97. And that's really all I have here. Boston losing to Seattle yesterday 7-6. Boston, they are 7-1 in their last 8 against Seattle. 9-3 on the road where they've been playing very well here. Seattle getting a nice one yesterday. But that's all I know. I don't know who's pitching for Boston. We're going to see what happens. So this is just going to be a question mark game for me. So since I don't know anything, I'll probably stay away depending on when I can find out the lines. But until that is available, I'm just going to leave this matchup a question mark. We'll see who ends up pitching for Boston. And then bet on this matchup at your own risk whenever those lines do come out. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.